I'm having trouble trying to sleep. I'm counting sheep, but running now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
As time ticks by,
Tick-tock.
still I try. No rest for cross-chops in my mind. On my own, here we go.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You're dialed in. This is another live and living color experience. Known as the Unleashed Radio Hour, I am your host, Ron Klinger. Dialed in with you here today on this fine Monday. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for following along. Hey, thanks for being out there on Business 1110 KTEK. Also streaming at UnleashedRadioHour.com. We're trying to get the Facebook stream up and live here. Get connected. We'll have that running out on Facebook, which is where I beg, I plead, and I grovel every week. Follow along with the show out on Facebook. Just go out there in that search bar and just put Unleashed Radio Hour. Again, Unleashed Radio Hour. You can stay connected, get the quotes from the day, get the resources that I will be sharing from today's show. You can get them out there at Unleashed Radio Hour on Facebook. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about the war on talent. What does that mean? What? War? No, we're not going to battle, but there is a battle for the best talent out in the workforce today, and we're going to tell you how you can lead the charge. Away we go to a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Need electricity at your business? Would you like to save money on that electricity? Discount Power, 2016's fastest growing retail electricity company in the nation by Inc. magazine, is headquartered right here in Houston. For great rates and great service, call 713-423-6970 option 3 or visit discountpowertx.com/commercial and save money on electricity. Get a one-time $50 credit on your business's first bill by mentioning promo code BizRadio. Certain terms and conditions apply. This offer is valid for new commercial accounts only. PUCT 10161.
Hey, this is Mark Conley from the Lone Star Money Resource on K-Tech Business 1110 Radio, Thursdays at 1 p.m. We here at Wealth Design Group are inviting you to attend our awesome engaging coaching event where we're going to be discussing the political issues that are affecting the market and whether to be in international or U.S. markets. It's going to be on June 22nd at 6:30 p.m. For more information or to RSVP, call 281-220-2713. Securities Products Advisory Services offered through Park Avenue Securities, a member of FINRA SIPC.
This is Business 1110.
We jumping back in here. We're live and in living color. This is the experience known as the Unleashed Radio Hour, which is a production of Motivational Transitions. You can learn more by going out to motivationaltransitions.com. I am your host, Ron Klinger. Hey, listen, man, I'm always excited to be on the airwaves with you, that you're dialed out there listening, or if you're in the podcast because you missed some of our past shows, well, we missed you too. So glad you're connected, glad you got the podcast out on iTunes, or you've downloaded it directly to your smart device, you played it in your car, you rode along, synced up, however it is, that you got it out at UnleashedRadioHour.com. Just click on the podcast link, all the past shows are out there. Now, if you've gone out there and you've looked at any of the past shows, you know this to be true. And I mean too legit to quit true. This show is all about how to put information, tools, and resources on the airwaves to help you unleash the power of your people, your business, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a manager, a leader, or a business owner. That is the purpose of the Unleashed Radio Hour. And so today we're going to jump into a topic to me that's pretty darn hot. And when I mean hot, like a hot potato, like pass it around and everybody's talking about it, at least in the circle that I read and where I go, what I do. And it's this war on talent. You know, the dynamics of the workforce are constantly changing, right? And I hear managers and man, it's really hard to get good help these days, right? What does it take to get good employees to come in and do business? Well, guess what? You need to define that on your end as far as the business owner, the hiring manager, and heck, I'd even go out there and say your human resources professionals, your recruiters, your talent source, whoever that might be is that's going out there to get you the people to come in and be a part of your business. It's becoming an art and a craft is just as much as a science to make sure that you get the right people on the bus in the right seat on the bus. So what I'm going to do today, where I'm going to take this today, I'm going to take you down a path. I'm going to take you on a journey. So if you'll follow along, I'm going to pick up the pace pretty rapidly. But see, I want to get to a point here very quickly. If you want your business to be in business, not only now, but later, I think it's absolutely critical that you get started by looking at your hiring practices. Okay, look at your hiring practices. What do I mean by that? What online applicant tracking system are you using? But more importantly, what I want to peel away at the onion is something very, very, very specific. And that is the post-to-hire process that you're going to manage. And I'll explain that in just a second. But what I want to do is I want to open up, I want to absolutely dial in on a quote today that I've shared on this show before, and I think is critical in today's conversation. All right, it's absolutely critical to understand going forward, ladies and gentlemen, the capital that is going to be more significant in your business than your financial capital. And I know, blasphemy. May the lightning strike me down now if I'm a lion, because I'm not. Blasphemy, they say. Well, what, Ron, it's always about the bottom line. It's about money and staying in business. Well, if you've listened to the show at all in the past, you know where I come from in that environment. I believe it's the human capital that make your business. So here, if I don't know, James Collins, he only wrote the book Good to Great. Yeah, no big deal, right? It's out there. You can go find it online, wherever you want to go. And he has this quote, and I have used this quote in the show before, but I'm using it as the catalyst, the catapult, if you will, to today's discussion. And it goes as follows. Those who build great companies or organizations understand that the ultimate throttle on growth for any great company is not markets or technology or competition or products. It is the one thing above all others. Now hear this out, loud and clear. Here's the important part of this message. It is the one thing above all others, the ability to get and keep enough of the right people. It is the ability to get and keep enough of the right people. So today we're going to talk about how do you get. Today we're going to talk about how do you go in, and we'll follow this up in a couple of weeks. We'll do the how do you keep, all right? Because today we also have, guess what? It is the return of the setup. Yay! We're going to have a lot of action taking place here shortly here in studio in about 20 minutes. So we're going to be rocking. We are going to be rolling, and it's going to be taking care of some serious business as far as for you in the setup. But today let's get back on track here. Let's talk about this post-to-hire. Now, what is post to hire? So post is when a company or organization decides, you know what, we're going to put out our job to let all the world see it. We're going to put it out there so that job applicants, so that people who are networking, so that referrals of our own employees can share people. Hey, we got this great opportunity at our business or at our company or our organization. Go out, take a look and see if you like it or do you know somebody that does. Okay, so that's post. So when it becomes public, and sometimes companies do internal posts first, where it's open to internal candidates first, and then you open it up public after that. It all depends on your business model. But this is the thing that I want you to comprehend and to understand. Your success as a hiring manager and as a company goes back to the people, is how well you facilitate and manage the process from post to hire. Hire is someone signed in, boom, they're there on day one, and they're in the job. Now, why do I say that? Because today's market, today's world is rapid. It's quick. It's fast. And you better be moving at the speed of light because everybody else is. Now, for one, I don't necessarily like that, but it is what it is. It's where we are in today's society. I heard something today for the very first time. I've never heard about describing a generational tag that can be put on, the younger generations today. And it was the microwave generation. Because, boop, meal's done. Put it in a timer. The microwave gets it. It does its job. And boom, you've got a meal. You don't know how to cook or prepare the meal. You just follow the instructions. It's already, we got these pre-packaged, all these wonderful, crazy things where we just open it up. Poop, there it is. It's all nice and too legit to quit. It's done for you. Put it on the plate and you're good. You've got a meal. There's no required of mixing of ingredients or following a recipe. It's just, here it is, here's how it goes, have a nice day. So here's the key that I want to talk about in that post to hire. And I'm going to break it down in two parts. Part pre-post and post to hire. That pre-post are the activities that you need to be thinking about before you put the job out there. Okay? It's called doing your homework, right? And you may be saying, well, Ron, when we get someone that either an open position or a vacancy or someone resigns or they give us their 2-week notice, we want to get that puppy out there as quickly as possible so we can get hires. Okay, well, you get at those applications because, oh, man, we can't skip a beat. We can't miss a beat. We got to make sure that we got somebody in that job. We need somebody. We need it quick. Oh, okay, I understand. It's okay. But pause. Breathe a little bit. And here's the example I'm going to get. I'm going to ask you, so how well is that working for you? Has that been working well for you so far in what you're doing? Are you getting the right people in your organization? And if you're not, then you better consider doing something different. So consider the following. I'm going to read a nice little story and quote. And if you've listened to the show, you've heard me say time and time again that the holy grail in business today is employee engagement. Well, a big part of that is hiring right, getting the right people in your organization so they are engaged. So I love this book, Terry Kabachnik. It's a book called I Quit But Forgot to Tell You. It's attacking the spreading virus of disengagement. All right, that's the negative side of engagement is the disengagement or the yin to the yang, right? You want your employees, you want your team members to be engaged. So here's the key that I'm going to talk about. How do you ensure that engagement? But it also applies to your hiring practices. And I'm going to read this little story to you. And I love sharing this story. I'm going to read it to you today. So it's story time with Ron. I wish that's a great little music. Dude, a little piano music in the background. We probably should have queued that up a long time ago. You know where I'm going. It's story time with Ron. So here's the story I want you to think about. Right? 3 construction workers are taking their lunch breaks high over the city. What have you got, Joe? One asked. Tuna, says Joe. How about you? Turkey, answers the second guy who asks the third. What about you, Nick? What do you have for lunch? Bologna, Nick answers. I hate bologna. If I get bologna one more time, I'm going to jump off of this building. The next day arrives. They're asked each other again. They're eating lunch. Nick opens his lunchbox, unwraps his sandwich, and screams, bologna again! He jumps off and plummets to the pavement below. The other 2 workers watch him fall. Shame, says the first one. Yeah, agrees the second. But the real shame is he packs his own lunch. So I share that with you with this. Your hiring practices, your hiring process, your decisions you make when you hire. Every single bit of that, you're packing your own lunch. You get what you get and you can't throw a fit. If you're going to put 10% effort and energy into it, you're going to get 10% or less return. It's just that simple. It is absolutely just that simple. You know, the cost of hiring has skyrocketed. Why? Because so many managers, so many leaders out there, they want to hurry up. They want to get this done. So they get someone in and then realize, oh, this really isn't the right fit. Oh, this really isn't the right person for the job. And then they wonder, oh, man, now we got to start this process all over again. Or is this candidate salvageable? So when I talk about the pre-work, I'm talking about get your information, get your needs, identify specifically, and I talk about this on other shows, I'm going to reiterate it, but to create a candidate success profile. I mean, in all the world of all the online matching and dating systems that are out there today, it's profile to profile. Certain things that people want, because the reality is it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. So you are going to invite someone, and I'm going to go this route, into your work family. Don't you want to define a little bit richer, a little bit deeper than a job description? Who you want to join your team? What qualities do they bring to the table? What kind of person are they? What characteristics? If you don't define it, you don't know if you're ever going to get it. And I think that's the critical piece that we miss. I've seen it happen time and time again. I've put it on my HR hat and my consultant hat right now. A lot of times organizations and hiring managers, they're so quick to want to get someone in, or they're like, oh my gosh, someone's leaving, and they rush to post. I say pause, do some homework, develop a key profile of all it is that you're looking for. And anyone that's involved in that search process that's going to be reviewing applications and resumes, make sure that all of those people are on the same page before you post the position. Before, not during, before. And the reason that is so critical, how many of you want to go out there? Let's say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to plan this great activity for our group, and we're going to go on a scavenger hunt. So the group over here, Group A, you get the list. Here are the things you're going to go look for. Group B, you got a blank piece of paper. You get to figure it out. Who's going to win? The team with the list. It's very simple. It's very easy to comprehend. It's very easy to understand. And that's what I want you to get real clarity on. You must manage your search or your search will manage you. And a key way to accelerate how to manage that search, do your homework. Define what you're looking for in those candidates. There's ways that we can make that happen quick and easy. And I'm going to talk about that when we come back right after these messages. You're dialed in and you're listening to the Unleashed Radio Hour. We'll be right back.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-422-3838 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-422-3838. That's 800-422-3838. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
Yeah, I always love a little thunder kiss. Right? Hey, we're rocking, we're rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, you're dialed in. This is the experience known as the Unleashed Radio Hour. Hey, when we went to that break, I put a little teaser in there. We're talking today, the first part of today's show is all about making sure that you hire the right people in your organization. How do you, the war on talent is out there, and everybody wants the talented individuals. Real quick, if you don't get good at this process, next thing you know, you're going to always be in the process because you're going to hire someone and then they're going to go away and you're going to hire someone and you're constantly in this revolving door. So your ability, as I said earlier, to be successful. And again, Jim Collins wrote the book, Good to Great. Those who build great companies understand that the ultimate throttle and growth for any great company is the ability to get and keep enough of the right people. So we're talking about how do you get them into your organization today. I talked about post to hire, and I talked about activities that you can do. There's a whole bunch more. I'll share some tips out at Unleashed Radio Hour on Facebook. To get them, you got to go out there, so you got to like the show page. That's how it's going to work. So listen. I talked about the candidate success profile. Are you defining clearly what it is that you're looking for before you put the position up there? Why does that matter? So if we're talking about a continuum, post is a very distinct date. How many days is that baby going to be up there accepting applications? Right? So that's one thing to determine. But when you start getting in, okay, so it's open. Right? Everybody in the world can go out online now and apply for jobs. Right? Gone are the days of paper mailing in and do. No, it's instantaneous. Right? So news to that. Don't make your online application process so arduous and so difficult that it turns people away and they don't even want to apply. It's like, man, I got 6 hours to fill out this application because you're asking everything under the sun. Yes, I do know my blood type, but you don't need that for the job, so why does it matter? I'm going to give you blood, sweat, and tears. We'll figure out the blood type later, right? So be mindful. The key that you want is you want to be able within your business practices, which in the rules and regs of your company and your industry, and it varies upon industry, you want to truly be able to accelerate that process rapidly. Because let me paint a picture. First of all, you've done a great job. I'm applauding you. You've done a great job. You've defined what you're looking for in the ideal candidate. So that job gets posted. What happens to those awesome, talented individuals who are eager about that job, who want to come work for your company or organization, who apply in the first 24 hours? if you don't do anything to follow up, to communicate or reach out to them until 3 weeks later. I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're gone. They've been hired by your worst case scenario, by your competition. Seriously. And that is how quick the world is moving in this job world. Some people, oh, well, it's taking time. Well, yes and no. But the key is, if it does take time, is immediate, constant, regular contact with your top candidates, right? Think about this world of professional sports where there's free agency. All right, the Houston Texans. Let's talk about that for 2 seconds, even though I'm wearing my Houston Astros, bringing up some pride today because we're playing it's the interstate rivalry with that other team from the north that we won't talk about. All right, but my point with that matter is this. The Houston Texans here in Houston, Texas, they went out and they hired a quarterback last year, most critical position on an entire team, without even talking to him. But they wanted him because he was the top prospect that everybody wanted. How did that work out for them? Not too well. Not well, or not as well as they had hoped. I won't say it didn't turn out well. They did make it to the playoffs, right? But it didn't. They weren't able to achieve the greatness that they wanted to last season because they didn't spend the right time with the candidate to make sure that there was an absolute good fit. But they say, oh, we got to get him right away, or otherwise somebody else is going to snag him up. Well, that free agency world that exists, that is out there, is absolutely important to comprehend, because certain people with certain gifts and talents, experience, knowledge in software, whatever they've done, people will pay them, right? People will pay them. There are some jobs that are giving signing bonuses because they're hard to find. And they're like, we've got to incentivize this some way or another, so we're going to give you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Now, 9 times out of 10, those bonuses have some strings attached to it, time and tenure. Hey, we're going to prorate it. We're going to give it to you here. It's a signing bonus. We're going to give it to you over the next year. We're not going to give it to you all right up front, or if we do give it right all up to you up front, if you leave within an X amount of time, then it's prorated and you got to pay it back to us. Right? We want you because we need you and we want to keep you. Right? But again, I come back post. Get the job up there and then actively, successfully manage the search. Be aggressive. It must become one of your top 2 to 3 key strategic priorities if you're that hiring manager. And if you're not, then guess what? It is the final countdown, and it's going to be the countdown until you out the door, because you can't hire and keep the right people. We'll be right back. We're going to run to a break. You're listening to the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Are you living with pain? I was, after a nasty fall. I got relief with 1 Hour Pain Relief. I'm Barry Yarconi, president, and here's Lisa, a Marine who was injured in Iraq.
After surviving an explosion, I was on horrible painkillers for lingering head, shoulder, back, and knee pain, but I hated the dangers and side effects. My friend told me about 1 Hour Pain Relief, and now I'm off the drugs.
1 Hour Pain Relief is the result of 15 years of research on an amazing extract from hops, the plant used to flavor beer.
Whether your pain is from an injury or just aging, you get safe, all-day relief in less than 1 hour.
We're so sure you'll love 1 Hour Pain Relief too that we'll send you a 1-week trial for just a small shipping charge. Call 800-269-4200 right now. That's 800-269-4200. There's no gimmicks, no obligation, no automatic shipments. Stop living with pain. Call 800-269-4200 for your 1-week trial or visit onehourpainrelief.com. That's 800-269-4200.
This is Business 1110.
All right, we're out, we're rocking, we're rolling. As always here on the Unleashed Radio Hour, I'm your host, Ron Klinger. We're dialed in. I'm watching things take place here on Facebook. We've got the setup, the segment that's coming up here shortly called The Setup. All right, where someone's getting set up. I got Nolan Davis waving to me right now out there in the car. Hopefully he's listening and dialed into the station where he can hear me and I can hear him. But hey, we'll have to do that at some other point in time. If he hears me wave and give me a giga, man, big thumbs up. Right? But hey, look, we've been talking about this process of hiring, the coming jobs war. You can go out, is the chairman of Gallup by Jim Clifton, right? The coming jobs war, what every leader must know about the future of job creation. It talks about not only creating jobs, and that's always a big push in this country, because if people ain't got no job, they ain't got no money, they ain't paying no bills, or shopping, man, it just impacts the entire economy. So that's why I'm passionate about this discussion on hiring in a way that you can speed it up. So here's a couple of things. Again, I talked about the pre-work, pre-post. Right? Talked about getting the information out there so that whoever, if there's a small search committee or a party of 2 or 3 that's doing the search, that everyone's on the same page so that when the applications and the resumes and the cover letters and the networking begins, we know precisely, exactly, without a doubt, unequivocally, what it is that we are looking for. And if we're not on that same page, it makes it much, 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 much harder for us to do what we have to do, which is hire the right people for the job. Right? So doing your homework, candidate success profile. Another important thing that needs to happen, and that should be happening when you're doing this process, is I hope you've got a database of good, meaningful interview questions, right? Questions that go back to, okay, so manage this. You create a profile. Hey, is person able to do X, Y, or Z? Well, then you're asking questions around whatever that metric is that you're trying to assess. You know, these wild and crazy questions. So if you could be any type of furniture, what would you be and why? What the heck does that tell you? And how does it have anything to do with the job? So I'm huge advocate for taking the time to develop meaningful interview questions. And here's the good part, is once you begin to do this, and if you've got a very strong values-based organization, then you create value-based interview questions that are in alignment with your company, with the job, and then, everybody wins. Right? Everybody's going to win because then you have alignment. You know, I had the gift and the pleasure, I had a client take me out recently, back in March, take me out to Las Vegas. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go with a client of mine to Las Vegas. Why? Because we went out and we toured Zappos. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because they are very, very, very uber conscious of the culture and the values in the company and what they create. Why does that matter? They hire for culture. They're already going to assume you got the skills and the abilities and we can train you. But if you don't fit our culture, we ain't hiring you. And guess what? Zappos was bought by Amazon. Zappos is a multi-billion-dollar company that excels in employee retention and culture and customer service, things that are needed in today's world. And guess what? Guess what? They hire and fire for culture because they put the time in, they did the homework, they've perfected their craft, they can accelerate this. Do you know when they put a position up there, they can only leave their open job postings open? Guess how long they stay open? 1 day. And they are flooded with applicants. Why? It's a great place to go work, which is a great tie into some of our past shows. Go out, dial in, look at some of our best and brightest shows on the podcast. We got another show coming up next week to put the spotlight on some of those best and brightest companies. But the key thing is, if your company is going to succeed by getting the right people, you've defined, and the thing that I've missed that I need to share with you, you've done your homework, but do you have a very well, clearly defined post-to-hire process? What are the steps it needs to take to get someone in the applicant tracking system or in your applicant pool and then get them all the way to the point to where you make them a job offer and they're on board? If you don't have that mapped out, if your hiring managers don't understand that, if your recruiters can't comprehend that, then it's going to be a problem in you getting from point A to point B to get the right people on the bus and the right seat on the bus, because now we're managing a process that nobody knows how to dance around. Ha ha! We got that one in there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're going to give a little quick close to this at the end of the show, but we're going to take a quick break. We've got the setup is coming back in next when we come back right after these messages.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Here's why. If you call right now and you're a new Dish subscriber, packages start at $19.99 a month for 12 months. That's right, $19.99 a month. Compare that to your cable bill, and the smart choice is to cut the cable and get Dish. Plus, you get all these great TV features, free HD channels, free DVR to record your favorite shows, and free installation. You even get our free Dish Anywhere, so you can take your TV on the go, watching your favorite programs on your smartphone, tablet, or laptop anywhere in the world. I'll say it again, all for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. This is a limited-time 24-month offer you must qualify for, and it could change at any time. So call now. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
This is Business 1110.
You know we're going to bring it because we are too legit to quit here. On the Unleashed Radio Hour, I'm your host, Ron Klinger. It's always an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be right back in here. Now, look, this is a special segment that we're getting to rock and roll here. You got to do that camera point. It's just a necessity, right, Mr. Nolan Davis?
It's absolutely a necessity.
Boom, I see you.
Boom.
You better
That's
see
it
me.
all the time.
Because I'm in the camera.
Come on.
Oh, and we're going to be on TV.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
Did you see how I rhymed it right there for you?
Hey, absolutely, absolutely. You know who's putting us on TV?
Who's putting us on TV?
Care Patrol.
Oh, get off.
We just got our first sponsor. Our sponsor to get us here is
Yes.
Roxy Limos.
Amen.
But I want to give a big shout out to Kim Huval with Care Patrol.
Yes.
They went ahead and paid for the whole year.
Nice.
We're going to be getting started rocking and rolling in about 3 to 4 weeks right now.
Good. And here's the fun. We streaming live on Facebook. I got my brother Nolan Davis in here from Up Social Network.
Let's go.
And Vids Inc. We dial it in.
Come
now,
on.
look, this has been a partnership we started out at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
I brought you in. We talked about all that you do. And then we got this collective creative juices that happens that only when two brothers from other mothers get together.
Absolutely. Come on, man. Come on.
Megan's like, I don't know what I got myself into. Yeah, the sisters can represent too.
Absolutely.
And what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're just now dialed in, this is a segment that we do about every other week and when everything comes in alignment, because you got to set this up in a way that people don't even know what's going down.
Absolutely, absolutely. 2 weeks ago, we couldn't do it because the person canceled.
Yeah.
And they just
because they don't know what's going on.
Right. They just thought they was canceling on Johnny. They was like,
Johnny Appleseed in the house.
Johnny, right? They was like, we'll put Johnny off later on the week.
It's Monday.
And I'm
I got a fire to put out. It's Monday,
I'm
right?
like, dude, that kind of messed up the whole thing. So boom. But we do have right now, right here, we do have Miss Megan Edding. Eddings, right?
Yes.
Eddings.
All right.
Megan Eddings with Excel Lifestyle, and she has a chemistry background, and she actually used her background to do something that she's still passionate about, right? So obviously she knows everything about chemistry, but she's passionate about fitness and fashion. So she took the chemistry with the fitness and the fashion, and bow, we have Excel Lifestyle.
All right. Well, Megan, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
She's like, I don't know what. If you can see in the studio, her eyes like big open. She's like, I don't know what's going on here.
Thank you, nothing. No, thank you. What was going to happen? Thank you.
Amen,
That's all
amen.
about.
So, Megan, welcome. This is the Unleashed Radio Hour. We're glad to have you on board. You've been set up today.
I sure have.
So real quick, what was that like? I mean, we were on the break. You're like, I was talking to my husband. Tell that little story here real quick, and then we'll get to your business.
Literally, I'm sitting in Starbucks, and all Tabby from the circular board said to me was, be there at 1 o'clock. So in Megan fashion, I get there at 12:30. And I'm hanging out, and I told Tabby to tell this gentleman, Nolan, what I was wearing. And so I didn't know. I had no idea.
Didn't know who it was, what was going down.
Camera crew walks in, and I actually said, and I quote, "Oh, dear God," to my husband. I texted him and said, okay, camera crew just came in. They walked by me, so they're not here for me. In walks Nolan, asked to borrow the chair at my table, and I wanted to say, actually, no, I'm waiting for someone, but I didn't want to be rude because there's a million chairs. I'm like, no, sure.
Sure,
he
go
sits
ahead.
down, and apparently the camera crew was there for me.
Yes. So to your shock and your amazement,
yes,
it was all about you today, and you truly have been set up. So, Megan, tell us a little bit about Excel Lifestyle. Tell us about what you do.
Yeah, basically, I designed workout clothes where you can go and work out, and your fabric that never smells. So that kind of musty.
Say what?
Say that's right. Yeah, as far as that musty, mildewy smell that men and women, we don't want to admit it, but we know it, that you all get. The fabric won't smell because the bacteria that causes the smell actually will never get into the fabric.
Okay, so I have to be bold here. I'm going to go out there.
Please do.
You're from the Northeast, aren't you?
I don't know why you. When I get excited, I have a couple cocktails.
Out of nowhere. What part of the Northeast are you from?
That small little state, Rhode Island. Repping Rhode Island in Houston.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I picked it up pretty quick.
When I get
there.
excited or I had a couple cocktails, the accent comes out.
So the excitement's coming out here.
Well, hopefully that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Because hey, it is only Monday at 1:41.
Right, exactly.
All right. So what led you down that path? What said? Hey, to me today, I'm gonna go do this.
Exactly. It was about 2 years ago. I was throwing away. Well, I was washing my husband's workout clothes, and I would wash them, and they'd kind of smell okay. And then the moment he started sweating again, that smell came back, and I'm like, man, because he doesn't smell. So I'm like, why do these clothes smell? So I ended up buying extra scented pods, rewashing super hot cycles, and it still wouldn't fix the problem. Well, I have two brothers back home in Rhode Island. I was talking to my family back there, and everyone apparently has this problem, but no one's going to walk around and say my workout clothes smell.
Right.
And I smelled it in the
Well,
gym.
who wants to talk
yeah,
about
who
that?
Wants to, it's nothing
Right.
even-
I mean,
yeah.
because I don't stink. I don't know about you. I don't smell either.
I'm
Some
fresh.
people
I'm
actually
fresh.
don't- yeah.
Mountain
So
fresh.
fresh, so
Yeah.
fresh, so clean, right?
Right.
So with my chemistry background, I knew there had to be a solution, and I love fashion. I
Okay.
mean, I love fashion. It just makes me feel good. To me, it's like art.
Well, you started in profiling just with your lenses today. and
they're actually real glasses. I
And,
actually
I'm
need to
going to
see.
bet, I'm going to go out on a limb based on what you just, that's not the only pair you own.
That's right.
Ah!
I actually have an eye doctor's appointment on Friday to get some more. But anyways,
Hey,
I
that's another
digress.
story
I
for another
digress.
day.
I digress. But yeah, so I decided to make fabric that doesn't smell. And I have no business background, no entrepreneur background, but I just started looking at, other people that have been successful, and they always say live the American dream. And I said, you know what, Megan, get over your fears and do it. So I started reading a bunch of entrepreneurial books. The gentleman who started the Tom's Shoes, Start Something That Matters, and all these books resonated to me and said, Megan, just go after
Jump
it.
at it. Follow that passion.
Just do it.
Follow that area of interest. That's something that's meaningful to you.
Exactly.
And find a way to create, to build, to do something that others can benefit from.
Exactly.
That's what I'm hearing. Is that what you're hearing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And she actually has something in common with both of us.
Uh-oh.
She likes to give back as well.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Would you mind telling Ron what
Sure.
it is that you do to give back
Yeah,
to
so
the
my
community?
husband and I, we started Fitness in the Loop here in Houston about
Okay.
a year ago.
All right.
And it started out as literally just a social media hub where we post free workouts. We're all about getting people healthier because there's a huge link between being healthy and happy. And so it started out as just free workouts, and we started getting a huge following about people wanting to know when the workouts are, and it's everything: CrossFit, yoga, spin,
Yep.
HIIT, all types of workout.
Yep.
And so we said, well, let's take this following that we're now having and actually give back to the community. So every 8 weeks with Fitness in the Loop, we choose a different type of fitness, we choose an instructor, and then we choose a local charity that maybe doesn't have a lot of funds, and they need funds for whatever they're doing. So the first one was with the Houston Council of the Blind.
Okay.
The second one was with for Elijah Rising,
Okay.
that helps end sex trafficking. And the last one we just had was to raise money for a low-income family whose child needed a wheelchair.
Gotcha. So you take this and membership fees or payment fees or whatever, use it as a fundraiser, and it benefits those organizations.
Yeah, people actually, it's donation only, so you can come and it's not about money. So I mean, you can donate $1 or you can donate $1,000, and then actually the Houston community has been fantastic and has donated over $5,000 to each event in free month memberships, bike rentals, workouts, personal training, nutrition advice. So the community is definitely getting more and more involved.
And I love to hear you say that because obviously you're not originally from Houston.
Right.
But you got here as quickly as you could.
That's right.
You've learned that already, right?
That's right.
And that is one thing that is wonderful about this city.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's that rep my city is people have huge hearts. They're willing to be servant leaders and step out, and if there's a need, try to endeavor to meet it.
Absolutely.
And that's what's got us here today, because that's what you're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
To put
absolutely.
a spotlight on your business.
Thank
But
you
see,
very much.
and the other part to it is that not just putting a spotlight on your business, we actually are putting our ear to the ground to see what's going on in the city, right?
Absolutely.
So if you have a new invention, you have a new business, you have different things that you're doing in the community to help out, from charitable to workout to fitness to galas to whatever
To information,
it is.
to helping others.
Absolutely. So what we do is not just putting a spotlight on your business, but it's really showing how your business flows with the city, right? And everything else that's going on. So
Yeah, it's about
that's why I
it's
love
about
what
being
we do.
not only being in the community, but a part of the community.
Well
Absolutely.
said.
Yeah,
Well
Absolutely.
well, thank you very much. So tell if folks want to learn more, how do they follow along? Where do they get your product? Is it like an Academy, Dick's Sporting Goods? I mean, what's the plans? Where's this happening?
Yeah, so I'm actually not launching till later this year, but to get keep.
I heard that launching.
Yeah, launching, talk, call, wall, all those words.
Right.
All.
Yes, I love it.
You can go to Excel Lifestyle, ACCEL, and then
Okay.
the word lifestyle.com, and put in your email address, and I send out updates. Or you can follow me, Excel Lifestyle, on Instagram, or even my personal Megan D1431 on Instagram as well.
Very cool. So how did you get this all started? Did you like an Indigo or a Kickstarter or
Not
some
yet.
kind of
Not yet. So
not yet.
funds are very limited because
Okay.
I'm a one-woman show. So I'm being very careful where I spend every dollar. And Indigo, one of those I'll probably do, but for right now, there's so many other avenues that I'm working on, like trying to get a
gotcha.
patent attorney and all that kind of stuff. So,
Amen, amen. So if you hear that out there looking for a patent attorney, hey, we looking in. Hey, that's what it's about too.
Absolutely,
'Cause it's about
absolutely.
networking into our network of people that are listening in.
Dude, and she brought some of the fashion with her, so she can start showing some.
Yeah, you
I know
want to show
got-
some of that? Well, I'm streaming.
Sure.
You're streaming. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're dialed in, you want to get connected, you got questions, hey, follow along out at Up Social Live on Facebook or at Unleashed Radio Hour on Facebook. We can see more. And we got some tank tops coming up here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And the whole point of the tank tops is that you look cute and you feel like you can work out and then go out, go grab brunch with your girlfriends, go shopping.
I would love to look cute in a tank top. I don't think I'm going to get there anytime
here's,
soon.
here's the men's tank top, right? It's men and women's clothes.
Right,
go.
right.
There you go.
Where those big guns can get shown off, right?
Short sleeve for a guy.
Amen,
Here we go.
amen.
Here we go.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following along, what we're getting a good look in here is that active wear. When you want to go work out, you want to sweat, you want to get your groove on, and you don't want your clothes to smell.
That's right.
T-shirts, the air wicking, some may say the dry fit type look. That's exactly what we've got going. Now what is that one
Now
right there?
this one is actually my favorite. It's a girl's tank top, kind of bigger armholes to show off your bra or sports bra, and then there's gonna be a little opening right here, and you put it in a bow in the back.
Then you tie it. So
I would tie it, but I don't have two hands.
you're bringing style to the form as well.
I was just about to say the clothes that she's putting out and the material that it is, it's not just for working out. If you wanted to work out later that day and still wear this shirt during the day, like it's fashionable.
Like we do live in Houston.
Absolutely.
And you sweat all the time.
Hey,
Well, I do at
we were
least.
just talking. We've been very blessed. It's been relatively nice, but,
Hey, but
we know what's coming.
115 degrees, you could be standing still. You
You
still
still
gonna
sweating
sweat.
each time.
Right.
And if you don't
Absolutely.
sweat, then you need to get to the doctor because there's something else going on there because it gets hot here.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
So different styles, not just in the fabric, but in the tank tops for what meets your style and your fashion needs. Where can they learn more online again?
ExcelLifestyle.com, ACCEL, and then the word lifestyle.com.
Very good. Nolan, what else you want to say about this today?
Hey, she has 10 different styles of shirts
I do, yeah.
that's coming out. I actually have a lot of connections. You already know that. So the first
Because
thing
you
I
don't do
thought-
anything like networking or anything.
I think I do a little
Just a
something,
little-
just
just
a little something.
something.
So I'm thinking about a fashion show. We got to figure out how to pull that together
Okay.
for her. She already said she was going to join the network. She's going to see what the network is all about.
Can I get an amen on that one?
Amen.
Look, we get that loud and clear. Hey, speaking of getting loud and clear, I got music in my ear, which tells me it's time to run to a quick break. It's a short break, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, listen to a little sharp dressed man or woman.
played, well
right in
played.
this place. I got it. Hey, you're dialed in. We're going to come back right after these messages.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about elite rehab placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-819-8315. 800-819-8315. 800-819-8315. That's 800-819-8315.
Attention managers, business owners, and human resources professionals. Do you struggle with positively engaging and developing your team? Hi, this is Ron Klinger, host of the Unleashed Radio Hour. For over a decade, I have been coaching and helping leaders just like you. From management and leadership training to individual coaching and support, I can help you address the everyday challenges you face in your business or organization. If you're looking for a partner to your success, call the man who can help you with your plan. You can reach me online at motivationaltransitions.com or by phone at 832-746-9760.
This is Business 1110.
Oh, we all get down, man. If you ain't watching this live all night, you missing the show. I mean, I know it's radio, but come on.
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, well, the best part is when that came on, by the way, Turned Down for What, right, by DJ Snake. Hey, it was like, ooh, we got a little moving going on here. Him started swinging and swaying. Look, I got to describe it because it was in studio, and if you ain't here or you ain't watching, you didn't know what was going down.
But you can't watch it.
But you can.
Hey, you can
so,
watch
speaking
it.
of watching, when's that happening? Come on. Come on.
Up Social Live, we streaming live right now. Where are you streaming?
Unleashed Radio Hour.
Well, hey,
straight up on
everybody
Facebook.
that's watching right now, you can like us on Facebook and watch the stream on either one of these platforms.
Yeah,
like,
we getting crazy in here.
Absolutely. Speaking of some of the stuff we got going on, man, we got big stuff going on.
Well, drop it.
We just had one of the biggest, man, we got big stuff going on.
I know, Tulane University.
Right, Tulane University.
I saw it. I didn't get to go.
Come on, 85 people. We had 9,000 views that day.
Wow.
Right? 9,000 views that day.
Can I get an amen?
Right.
Amen.
We had two fabulous speakers. It was so great. I got to do it again.
Yeah, you need another speaker in that house to add to that list, right?
June 29th. We're doing the same thing. We still got Microsoft in the house, Tulane in the house, Greater Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau.
You bumble every time.
Right?
It's an alphabet soup,
That's
man.
the longest name ever, right? And then all of our chapters, but we got something going on for the kids. We got the motivational concert coming out. I want to say big shout out to Elite Care. They just paid for 10 schools to be sponsored.
Nice.
For us to go do this whole motivational concert, and it's going to be fabulous.
Amen. And where they can learn more about the events that are coming up, that are where you can network, get some exposure for your business with other people, where do they go?
UpSocialNetwork.com.
Yes, UpSocialNetwork.com. Megan, tell us real quick again. Look, you just glowing over there. I mean, like, I think you're still.
It might be sweat. Isn't that
I'm going to tell you, I ain't dying a little warm in here.
Yeah,
we put all these bodies in the studio. It gets warm real quick, right? But glowing from the essence, and this is why I love being able to partner up with Nolan Davis, Up Social Live, Up Social Network, Up Social Live on Facebook.
Yes.
Is that we get an opportunity to put a spotlight on folks like you who are out there, who are the backbone of this country and our small businesses, who are creating, who are innovating, and who are blessing others. And speak of blessing others, how did this blessing all go down? Who do we have to thank?
Tabby. I was doing our location in Houston at Lionel Castillo. Tabby was there. I just met her. She loved what we were doing, and she said she had the perfect person for what I was talking about.
Outstanding.
So big shout out to Tabby.
Tabby from Circular Board.
Right. Big shout out to Roxy Limos. Big shout out to Care Patrol, because I couldn't have done any of this without them.
Amen. We're going to come back, give you where to reach out to everybody that's here in studio today. We got to run to another break, close out the final segment of the show. This is the Unleashed Radio Hour.
Attention homeowners, why do you throw away hundreds of dollars every month to the electric company when you can save thousands of dollars over time with a solar energy system that increases the value of your home and eventually can have you enjoying no monthly payment at all? Green Solar Technologies has years of experience as leaders in residential and commercial solar systems and is proud to be a platinum installer for Solar World, the country's top-selling manufacturer of American-made solar panels. Call 800-507-1148 today for a free estimate and to take advantage of current tax credits, grants, and rebates, which can save you even more. Green Solar Technologies guides you through every step, including financing options, which will allow you to enjoy all the benefits of solar power for zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for the first year. Stop paying high energy bills and start saving money today by calling Green Solar Technologies at 800-507-1148. That's 800-507-1148. 800-507-1148.
This is Business 1110.
All right, as always, we rocking, we rolling here on the Unleashed Radio Hour. Today has been one of those days. Hey, we split the day, so I started out the show today Look, talking about how important it is in your business to make sure that you're hiring quick, that you're getting the right people on your bus, in the right seat on the bus, that the war on talent, it is already here. So real quick, I want to kind of talk about something that relates to that, get back to our setup, and then by that, we're going to be done, son. It happens quick. So here's a quote for today. I always like to give quotes that relate to the topic that we're talking about at hand. So today we talked about how important it is for businesses and companies today to make sure that they're on point about getting the right people in their pipeline, in their applicant tracking system, and then accelerating that process so that you don't lose the good talent. And this quote comes from Jessica Miller Merrill, who's a founder and chief research individual from Workology. She says this: being a modern recruiter means being flexible and creative and finding new ways to locate the best and most qualified talent before the competition gets their hands on them. And that reinforces everything that I'm talking about today. You've got to get the right people in there, and you cannot let them sit in your applicant tracking system. 2-3 weeks later, decide to pick up the telephone and say, oh, hi, you applied for a job here. They're already gone, folks. So it's very critical. It's very important that you need to get the people on the bus. When we come back in 2 weeks from today, I'll talk about how you keep them on the bus, because next week we've got another show with the Houston's best and brightest companies to work for, putting a spotlight on the elite award winners. And those elite award winners won that recognition because their employees said they're the best and brightest employers to work for. So we're excited to have another show. Real quick, going to flip it back over here to our guests today, Megan and Nolan. Hey, thank you all for coming in and dialing in, getting it done today. Megan, tell us, folks, again, what you're doing, where they can learn more.
Sure, I'm making workout clothes for men and women where the fabric never sweats, or never smells, rather.
No stinky factor.
You're going to sweat still. I can't help
sweat,
that.
but you're not going to stink.
Smell.
Right. Ain't going to bring that stank back to the house.
Right.
So when we get to the stanky leg, it ain't around.
Oh, my. You said that, not me, but okay.
I did. Hey, come on now.
I'm with you, man.
I'm trying to bring the music into this show. Nolan, we got Event Center coming up there real soon. What's the next one?
The next biggest one is at Tulane University, June 29th.
10 to 2.
From 10 to 2. We have another doctor that's going to come in and help you focus on your purpose.
Amen. Look at that purpose, free food.
It's free. The only thing is $7 for parking, but it's worth it.
Gotcha. Where do they find more?
Upsocialnetwork.com.
And Megan, where do they find more from you?
Excel Lifestyle, ACCEL Lifestyle.com.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, we're at the end of another show. Hey, listen, it is always an honor. It is always a privilege to join you here every Monday from 1 to 2 on Business 1110 KTEK. This is the Unleashed Radio Hour. Hey, look, go on out. Just do me a favor. Do me a solid. Go out, like the page on Facebook, Unleashed Radio Hour. Go out, follow along at unleashedradiohour.com. Hey, if you got topics, you got thoughts on what we can bring to the show that will help you unleash your career and your business, send it on over. Hey, as always, I just love being able to put a spotlight on things that are right in the community. So thanks to Megan, thanks to Nolan for being in today, and the rest of the crew, Trey and Garland for taking care of business. Hey, I want to know when we'll be on TV. We got to get that going.
Hey,
when's that dropping?
We're dropping, I think, the second week of July.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Let's
second
go.
week of July.
Let's go.
Hey, we'll be dialed in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for being a part of today's show. Until next week, see ya.